Hello everyone, good morning. Today we talk about the various geosynthetic systems that are useful for various engineering applications such as coastal construction, civil infrastructure construction, environmental engineering application and other related construction activities. In fact, the geosystems that we all make use of are facilitating also the process of achieving sustainable construction methods. How, you might ask? Think about the cross section for a typical road, which would have the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate of certain thicknesses. By appropriately using or making use of the various geosynthetic materials, of course, within the limitations of the codal provisions that we have, we are permitted to, or we can optimally design the cross section with minimal use of the natural aggregates such as quarry materials or the sand. These are the natural resources which are getting more and more scarce, and excessive use of these materials are really causing a lot of environmental degradation to the entire nature around us. To that extent, the geosynthetics that we are going to talk about serve the particular purpose of supporting the sustainable construction by making use of these materials that would facilitate such an activity. One of those geosynthetic materials which are widely used are geotextiles. In geotextiles, we have woven as well as non-woven. Wovens are basically made from the virgin raw materials which would have a higher tensile strength even at lower thicknesses or lower other properties. Ideally, the woven geotextiles are used for filtration, separation and reinforcement, but the reinforcement properties of the woven geotextile, by virtue of the fact that these are made of virgin raw materials, are always on the higher side. Whereas in non-woven geotextile, we have a lot of filtration support that we would get because of the common procedure for making non-woven geotextile being the needle punching process, which allows a lot of pores and that allows a lot of filtration to happen. So a lot of a lot of water can drain through, while at the same time the soil mass is retained, which is ideally the filtration application we are talking about. But unfortunately, in the needle punch non-woven geotextiles, the tensile strength that is achieved for a particular thickness or a particular other engineering parameter probably not that great. But non-woven systems are also widely used for various applications which calls in for the use of non-woven geotextiles. Now these woven geotextile, non-woven geotextiles in turn is also converted into the other geoforms or tubular structures or huge bags such as the huge geosynthetic bags, the tubular cross section that we generally come across in the coastal protection, like geotube structures and things like that. So there are sometimes a composition of woven and non-woven also being made, making use of the positive aspects of woven as well as the non-woven, facilitating a sturdy, compact system which would have the benefits of woven as well as the non-woven. So such composite systems are also widely used in various coastal protection infrastructure applications. Apart from the woven and non-woven, what we see in geotextiles, we have a pure soil reinforcement element which is called geogrid. Geogrids are also available in biaxial or uniaxial, and they are widely used in reinforced earthwork applications, which will basically be happening at the approaches to flyovers and things like that. Alright, and these reinforcement applications of geogrids are also being used in ground improvement, soil stabilization, sub-base strengthening and other such applications. Then we have the gabions, which are basically the box type of structures which are used in river training works and other such applications which involves the embankment protection, soil erosion control, or the protection of the steep slopes, which comes in various cuttings and things like that. Then we have the geomembranes, which are basically used as a system which doesn't allow the flow of any liquid matter from one side to other side, which means these are impermeable materials, unlike the woven geotextile or the non-woven geotextile, which permits the flow of water while retaining. But these are the systems which doesn't allow the flow of any kind of liquid material. So geomembranes are basically impervious material which are used in environmental engineering applications such as the landfill engineering application and other aspects. So that pretty much sums up the basic geosynthetic materials and systems. Now I would also like to share a small video with this and a link to the entire detailed article that I have, so that you can all go through this. And probably some of you might have some doubts about the case studies that we have or some of the product applications that you, please feel free to get in touch with. We will be more than happy to support you with your specific requirement. Thank you all. Thank you very much.